Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we get set for a huge matchup today in North Coast Athletic Conference field hockey. It'll be the Big Red of Denison coming in at 10-3 on the season. They are 3-1 in the NCAC. On the other side of the ledger, the Earlham Quakers also at 9-6 and 3-1 in the North Coast Athletic Conference. So third place on the line here today, right behind Kenyon and Ohio Wesleyan. Welcome to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. When we come back in just a couple of moments, we'll talk about the Big Red, a very, very good team coming in here this afternoon. The Quakers will have to play extremely well to knock off Denison here this afternoon. We'll come back, talk about the Big Red next right here on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad.
We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond. Cool afternoon, a little bit of wind as well. Shouldn't be a factor in any way in this one here this afternoon as the Big Red in town. And boy, we mentioned the Big Red, how they're playing this year, 10-3 coming in and 3-1 in the North Coast Athletic Conference, averaging just under 3 goals per game. Their shooting percentage is at .161, averaging around 17 shots per game and only giving up less than a goal per contest at 0.54. So they will rely a lot on their keeper and their defense here this afternoon. Keep an eye on number 4, Charlotte Godfrey, the junior, 21 points, leading the team with 8 goals and 5 assists. She's not the only one to rely on here today. Abby Scully, the junior defenseman, she comes in with 14 points, 4 goals, and 6 assists. And they'll also get some help here today from a couple other players, included Charlotte Hapel with 3 goals and 3 assists and 9 points, and Madeline Hunt also with 4 goals, coming in with 8 points here today. Of course, they rely a lot on Taya Adams, their keeper, one of 2 very good keepers, but she's the one that has logged the most minutes, coming in with 677. So far, just giving up 7 goals this year. The goals against average at 0.62. 34 saves in those 13 games. That gives you a very good idea that most teams do not get many shots against Taya Adams. Her save percentage is at .829. She has won 9 of the 10 games this season. We'll come back and get the starters for this one. It's the Big Red and the Quakers. Big matchup here. Both teams 3-1 in the North Coast Athletic Conference. That's coming up in just a couple of moments. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Dargy Repair Service is family owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
Back again here, big matchup today. Both teams again at 3-1 in the NCAC. Here's how the Big Red will line up today. Sunny Fireman, a freshman out of Columbus, Ohio, gets the start. She will wear number 2. Charlotte Godfrey, a junior out of Denver, Colorado, played at Cherry Creek High School, wearing number 4. Lise Wagner out of Baltimore, the junior, wearing number 7, also in the starting lineup. Maya Tumiwa in the lineup as well, out of the Philippines, wearing number 9. She'll be a key player to watch here today. Charlotte Happel out of Louisville, Kentucky, the senior, wearing number 10. Madeline Hunt out of Denver, Colorado, played at Denver Kent High School. She is wearing number 13. Allie Gakenheimer out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the senior defenseman, wearing number 14. Abby Scully, the junior from Charlotte, number 22. A.C. Veith out of Alexandria, Virginia, the sophomore, number 23. Rachel Kelsey out of Louisville, Kentucky, the sophomore, number 25. And Taya Adams out of Rochester, New Hampshire, wearing number 99. For the Quakers here today, Hannah Grushon, the freshman out of Oakwood, Ohio, number 3. Alyssa Johnson, the freshman out of Lancaster, New York, number 6. Gwen Schalk out of Medina, California, Medina, New York, She's a forward freshman wearing number 9. Olivia Night Train Lane out of Chico, California. She'll wear number 11. Denise Bergdahl out of Mannheim, Germany, the sophomore, wearing number 12. Mackenzie Hanley, the freshman out of Bangor, Maine, wearing number 15. Molly McKellar, number 17, the sophomore from Chico, California. Karina Steit out of Antioch, Illinois. Stites wear number 18. Kate Neal, the sophomore from Louisville, number 20. Sophia Salvatore, the junior out of Miami, Florida, number 23. And in goal, another one of the good ones in the conference, Meg Murphy out of Chico, California, the sophomore, wearing number 32. Lineups are set. We'll come back, get it underway in just a moment. Stay right there. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Before we get this one started, let's go and check out the other matchups tonight in the North Coast Athletic Conference. It'll be Oberlin on the road at Allegheny. Kenyon is at Ohio Wesleyan. Big matchup there. In fact, we have the top 4 teams battling it out for the 4 spots in the top of the conference. Kenyon at Ohio Wesleyan tonight, and DePaul is on the road at Wittenberg. Right now, Kenyon is 5-0. Ohio Wesleyan at 4-1. Denison and Earlham both at 3-1. DePaul right behind, just a half game behind Denison and Earlham. DePauw's at 3-2 and Wittenberg at 2-2. So all those teams we mentioned still have a chance other than Oberlin, Allegheny, and Worcester. Oberlin is 0-4, Allegheny 0-4, and Worcester 0-5. But everybody else still has a chance in the NCAC. After today, of course, a big matchup coming up in just 3 days. We'll see Ohio Wesleyan come in. We'd mentioned this is really the tough part of the schedule right now for the Quakers. You get Denison tonight, Ohio Wesleyan on Saturday, and then you're on the road at DePaul and Wittenberg to finish out the season. We are ready to go. The Quakers will attack right to left, and in their all whites, the big red of Denison. See how the Quakers play it early. They're a team. They like to press as much as they possibly can. And that won't be any different here today, both press offensively and on defense, as the Quakers had the early turnover. And it'll go back over again to the Quakers off the high stick of Lise Wagner, the junior out of Baltimore, Maryland. Ball comes out of bounds on the near side. 15-minute quarters. Again, no timeouts during those quarters. Coaches seem to like the adjustment the teams have made. The flow seems to be a little bit faster in the 15-minute quarters as that ball sent into the Earlham zone and returned to the near side. Big stretch for the Quakers beginning here tonight. How will they handle all these good teams they're going to be playing over the next few days? Quakers have been very good in goal with Meg Murphy. Near side, Salvatore looks back to the middle to Bergdolt, and that'll go against the Quakers right at midfield. So here come the Big Red once again. Abby Scully, one of those players at midfield. They got a big team. We'll talk about their size coming up in just a couple of moments. In fact, they go a couple of these players at 5'11 and 6 foot as that ball went inside the circle, goes out of play. And I believe we may have our first penalty corner of the day, and it comes at the 13:28 mark here in the opening quarter. So the Big Red get a chance to score early. We have seen the Quakers in the penalty corners this season here at home be very successful, but right now they're going to need a good stop early. Don't want to fall in really behind in this one early if you can avoid it, as the Big Red will work it on the hash mark, as you see on the near side. Gakenheimer will put it in play once inside the circle, and that one will ricochet off the back side. It was off the post off the far side. Madeline Hunt was right on the post there, and the Quakers will survive the first penalty corner of the afternoon and go back on offense. Earlham likes to work it side to side and try to get it up the sideline as quickly as they can, as that ball will go out of play but last touched by the Big Red. 12:57 to go here in the opening quarter. In the Denison zone once again as the Quakers able to get the takeaway. Here's Denise Bergdolt in the circle, fires, and that one goes off the leg of a Denison player. That was Sonny Fireman, and the Quakers will get a penalty corner here as well. For Denise Bergdolt, one of the hardest hitters in the league, no doubt about it. When she puts one on and gets it clean, it's awful hard to stop. Denise, the sophomore. Quakers will have it hash mark left. And now we'll work it again, and that one will be just wide to the left off the shot out front by Mackenzie Handley. Mentioned Taya Adams in goal, the junior out of Rochester, New Hampshire, giving up just over a half a goal per game. So the Quakers will have to be very good today offensively to get it by her. Of course, Meg Murphy's having a great year as well. Ball loose outside the circle. It'll go over to the Big Red, and quickly getting it back in play, Abby Scully. We mentioned Scully at 5'11". You have Gakenheimer at 6'1", so they have a couple of players that are pretty big. In their lineup, a couple others go 5'8". Higley's at 5'8". 5'9" is Cameron. So if they bring players off the bench, they do have some size to work with. Quakers get the takeaway at midfield. Good job there by Bergdahl working it in to Denison territory and then stolen away. Good defense again by the Big Red. They'll return it to the far sideline. Quakers will have to hustle back on defense. Their depth will be an issue here today. The Big Red and more players coming off that bench, only 4 for the Quakers. And 9 or 10 players that can work into the lineup here today for Denison as the whistle blows that play dead. It'll be right at about the 45 on the far side. Lifted high in the air, and the official on the backside will call that against the Big Red. Quakers do not strike that one well to try to get it out of their own zone. Coming back to get a stick on it for the Quakers is Hanley, and it will go back over again to the Quakers. We're back and forth here with 10:47 to go in the opening period of play. Quakers work at far sideline again. Well, they got to put something better on that one. That certainly was not a good hit again by the Quakers. Looked like that might have been Mackenzie Hanley again, trying to clear it out of her own zone. Could not do so. So now the Big Red back the other way. Scully had it and then stolen away. Here is Grushon now for the Quakers. Grushon off the dribble. Grushon works it back toward the middle. Grushon inside the circle, got double teamed and stolen away on the backside. And here come the Big Red once again. That ball goes out of play. It was intended on the near side for Hunt, the freshman out of Denver Kent High School. So now the Quakers take over. Here's Johnson on the near side. Grushon. Good defense again by the Big Red as they try to get a stick on it and stop the flow there by Grushon. The backhand pass will be knocked down, stolen away, and the ball advanced up the near side once again. But there the Quakers waiting for that one. Good takeaway by Kate Neal, who was waiting for it on the backside of the defense. And now Olivia Night Train Lane there for the Quakers. Down to 9:30 to go in the opening quarter. Both these teams know what's on certainly at stake here in this one. So both teams on their game so far here tonight as we go back and forth. That one goes out of play off the stick of Scully. And now Grushon will inbound on the near side with just over 9 minutes remaining. Grushon tried to take it between 2 Denison players, and then Night Train Lane is there for the Quakers, and the official will blow that one dead as well and keep it for the Quakers right at about the 6-yard line. Bergdahl fires. That one ricochets off the stick of Abby Scully, and that'll go against the Quakers inside the strike circle. So back the other way we go, but not very far as the Quakers get the takeaway out front. That was Night Train Lane there for the Quakers. It stays inside the circle as a player goes down. Sophia Salvatore is there for the Quakers, but it appears we will have a penalty corner. So this will be number 2 now for Earlham. This one will come at 8:31 in the opening quarter. Quakers had worked it off the hash mark to the left on their last one. They'll work it now on the right hash, and that'll be Gwen Schalke who will put it in play. Quakers like to push that a little quicker as that will go out of play. And the shot attempt there by Denise Bergdahl. So the Quakers will have it out front. McKellar was last touched by the Big Red. McKellar gives it up. They'll work it off the right side. Ball hit into the circle and then quickly kicked away by Adams, the keeper coming out to kick that one to the far side as the two teams battle for the loose ball near the sideline, and it goes out of play. A.C. Veith, the sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia, there to knock it out of bounds. The Quakers will keep it as we come up on the 7:39 mark now here in the opening quarter. Bergdahl back out on the right wing to McKellar, trying to go back to Bergdahl. It goes past the end line and a turnover by the Quakers here in the opening quarter. So the Big Red back on offense. Not a high-scoring Big Red team. Most of the time when you look at their scores, they rely so much on their defense and the goalkeeping of Taya Adams. And that will go off an Earlham player. The ball sailing high in the air. Here's McKellar to put it in play. The defense coming up, forcing the action as well. Salvatore will now have it off the dribble on the right wing. And the ball eventually knocked off her stick by Rachel Kelsey, the sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, who is now checked in for the Big Red. Bergdolt, double team deep in the corner. Salvatore is there. It goes out of play. See if it'll stay right here. Will be Quaker ball. They're keeping a good close eye, if you're speaking of Big Red's defense, on Denise Bergdolt. A couple of times she's gotten the ball. They've double-teamed her on the wing. Denison able to get the takeaway. Gakenheimer sends it to the far side, and the Big Red unable to get their offense rolling once again. The Quakers will get it back in Big Red territory as Denison trying to force the action again. Quakers tried to send that one inside the circle. That was Olivia Night Train Lane there for the Quakers. And we're into the 6-minute mark now. Big Red opposite side. See if they can send it up the sideline, get their offense rolling, and they will. Good pass as Godfrey is there. Godfrey inside the circle. Godfrey looking to the inside. It'll be stolen away there by Johnson. Quakers trying to clear it out of the zone, and they will do so. Johnson, nice job defensively. Grushon is there. She will drop her stick. It'll go back over again to the Big Red. Here's Scully. Scully inside the circle. Scully scores right there. Scully got inside the defender and right in front of Meg Murphy. And Denison leads this one 1-0.
Big Red goal by number 22, Abby Scully.
So for Abby Scully, that will be her 5th goal of the season. She is the one of 3 players in double figures in points this year for the Big Red. So the Quakers defense unable to help out Meg Murphy that time. It was almost too easy the way that you saw Scully going between the defenders. Quakers are going to have to get a stick on the ball and try to force her back to the outside as the Quakers now down 1-0 here in the opening quarter. Under the 5-minute mark, Quakers unable to advance, and here come the Big Red again. It all starts here right here with Godfrey. Got it inside the circle. The Quakers able to get the takeaway. See if Earlham can advance it now. That'll be McKellar on the far side. We had gone back and forth, pretty even match so far. Still only a 1-goal lead, but Quakers do not want to fall down 2-0 with such a good goalkeeper in Taya Adams. As we mentioned a little bit ago, less than a half a goal or just over half a goal a game given up so far this year. That ball dumped way behind, and Denison will be able to hold on to it. See if they'll try to work it back to the middle. They did, as Sonny Fireman is there for the Big Red, but the Quakers pressuring once again with Grushon up the middle, and a takeaway again for the Big Red now to the near side. Good look by Scully back to the inside, trying to find Godfrey, and that ball will go all the way past the end line and out of play. So Earlham back on offense. One thing the Quakers, if you look at the last several games they have had, in fact, the Quakers coming into this one, they've won 4 out of their last 5 and had that really tough loss on the road at Denison 1-0. Or take that back to Kenyon 1-0. That was just a couple of days ago. But the Quakers had beaten Transylvania, Allegheny, Oberlin, and got that big overtime win over Worcester, which they struggled offensively in that contest. So the Quakers' offense over the last couple of matches won against Worcester and then gets shut out against Kenyon. So the offense hasn't been there the way they need it to be, and will need it here today, as that'll go against the Quakers. Ball sent long. There is Godfrey. Godfrey will hold on to it. They will say, nope, that'll be a penalty against Godfrey. Quakers get it back. Here is Handley. Handley looking to the far sideline as McKellar trying to clear it out on the backhand pass. It'll be stolen away by A.C. Veith. And back to the midfield circle. Whistle. You hear the official just to the right there making the call. It'll go against the Quakers. Ball will come all the way back to midfield and passed into Denison territory, where we'll see AC Veith put it in play as we're down to 2:19 remaining. Veith lifting this one high in the air as the Quakers are there. On the backside defensively is Hanley. And once again, the Quakers unable to advance. It'll go back over to the Big Red. That one hit well, but it'll go way past the keeper, Meg Murphy. Again, it has to be hit inside the strike circle before it can be a goal attempt. So Quakers just watched that one go by, and now they'll go back on offense. Now to a minute 45 to go here in the opening quarter. Here's a good look at Alyssa Johnson on the near side, intended for Grushon, stolen away. Lise Wagner playing good defense that time for the Big Red. Quakers able to get it back. That called against Abby Scully, and there you see Olivia Lane now putting it in play here to the near side with a minute 17 remaining. Two Quakers were there, neither one able to run that one down as Reagan Seaman, freshman out of Chico, California, now checking in for the Quakers. We'll see Sophia Salvatore come back in as well. She got a quick break, and she'll come back in the lineup, maybe not before we're through with this opening quarters. The Quakers get a takeaway, 53 seconds and counting. Now the Quakers have an opportunity right here. Here's Seaman, the double team against her, as well as Fireman comes from the right side, goes out of play, and now we're down to the final 39 seconds of the quarter. Salvatore, one of the Quakers' leading scorers, may not get a chance to come back in right here. Quakers work it right side. Ball goes under the stick of two different players. One of those was Fireman of Denison, but she didn't touch it as it goes out of play. And back over again to the Big Red. 15 seconds remaining. Probably not enough time here for the Big Red, but if the Quakers can get it into position, they will not there. That's going to go against Grushon. And we're down to our final few seconds and the opening period in the books. We will head to period number 2 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Denison gets on the board first. And after one, it's Denison 1, Earlham nothing. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com. Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. We are ready for period number 2 back here at Darrell Bean Stadium. Great to have you with us as the Quakers battling it out right now with the Big Red for third place right now in the North Coast Athletic Conference. Other games we'd mentioned, the other one we're really want to keep an eye on tonight, but it doesn't start probably till about the time we're done here. That'll be the matchup between Kenyon and Ohio Wesleyan. So that's a 7 o'clock start time. We'll probably be done by then unless we see some overtime here tonight. Quakers had the opening possession that goes out of play. We'll go back over to the Big Red. That's Godfrey. Then the tip. Inside the circle once again for the Big Red, but the Quakers able to clear it out. Good job by the Quakers. Tumiwa got it right where she wanted it. In fact, looked like the Quakers had trailed a little bit on defense again, and Tuwami was about ready to fire another one. Well, that's one right there. The Quakers got to clear it out of there a little bit better, as there was no good play that time by the Quakers, though they will get it back. They've got to find a way. That was Karina Stites who tried to clear it out, couldn't do so. Quakers now outside the strike circle. And a whistle, that'll go against the Quakers. They will whistle that one against Denise Bergdahl. We'll go back the other way, and here's Godfrey, very quick up the field. Godfrey changes directions and was looking to the near side, but it went behind. What number that was, number 13. That was Madeline Hunt. Quakers come back, and that one hit well by Grushon, but again, that one doesn't hit anybody on the way down. And so the Big Red will take over. Quakers back on defense once again, another turnover. That's one thing about it. Get a possession. Try to get yourself into scoring position. Grushon was able to get the takeaway. Here's Salvatore. Salvatore opportunity. She turns with it. The double team losing it. Penalty corner. Quakers lead the penalty corner category now unofficially 3-1. Live stats as we go here this afternoon, as always, on GoEarlham.com. All the sports information there as well. In fact, we have one other game going on today. The Earlham women's soccer team home against a very good Anderson team. Bergdahl fires, that one saved, and a pad save there by Adams, and another penalty corner. One thing about Denise Bergdahl is she does not get cheated on her shots. But you've got a goalkeeper in Tay Adams who just doesn't let much get by her. That's why the Quakers need to take advantage of these penalty corners. Here's Salvatore. That will be tipped in the air and goes on top of the goal, off the stick there of Gwyn Schalk. Good effort by Schalk, tried to get the deflection. Quakers will keep it, but that's a great job by the keeper, Adams, to keep her eye on that one, because that one tipped off of her glove and went on top of the goal. So the Quakers now 4 penalty corners and have yet to get anything out of it thus far. Ball near side, that'll go against Hannah Grushon, but the Quakers really close to tying this one up. So now the Big Red back on offense. Fireman looking toward the middle. Night Train Lane with a takeaway as the two teams give up possessions back and forth. Again, Grushon kind of overran that one. Stolen away by the Big Red, and that'll go off the leg of Kate Neal here on the near side. 12 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Veith looking to advance it into Earlham territory. She will do so. Godfrey on the near side, stolen away as the Quakers get the possession back once again. This will be Alyssa Johnson. Johnson can't clear it. Here's Godfrey once again. Godfrey in the circle, and they take away, but a penalty corner. That'll go against the Quakers. They whistled that one against Mackenzie Hanley. Hanley turned and looked at the official in disbelief. She thought she got a clean steal. That'll be the second Big Red penalty corner now here today. This will happen at 11:32 to go here in the second quarter. Hash mark left. Again, the ball will be pushed in, not hitting in any way. It's got to be pushed from that hash mark. At least it's supposed to be pushed from that hash mark. Here's the ball going back outside the circle. Godfrey able to run it down. Back inside the striking circle again. The Quakers get the takeaway as McKellar on the far side trying to advance that ball. It goes out of play. It was last intended there for Gwynn Schalk. And now the Big Red back on offense. 11 minutes now remaining here in the second quarter. Big Red outside the circle. Another chance to score right here. Coming out will be Murphy. Got at least a little bit of a pad on it to knock it out of there. And that'll be Salvatore trying to get back the other way. And that'll be an obstruction call against the Big Red. Back to the Quakers. 1-0 here in period 2. The winner will go to 4-1 in the North Coast Athletic Conference. Everybody pretty even when you look at these teams at the top, though Kenyon and Ohio Wesleyan going tonight. It'll be a fun one to see who comes out of that one. Here's Denison back on the attack again, but it goes out of play off the stick of Charlotte Happel. Happel had her eyes up looking to see if someone would be right in front of Meg Murphy. Well, a lot of times just get that ball in front of the keeper, and the next thing you know, you get a ricochet, a misdirection, something that will get you a goal. You just want to get it in front, get that goalkeeper maybe shifting to a different side, one post or the other. As that ball goes out of play, another turnover there for the Big Red. Quakers back on offense. Now, haven't been really good from this side on to about midfield. They haven't done a very good job of getting that ball up the field until about there. They got it past midfield, but that Big Red defense is there. One of those, Gackenheimer. Quakers will see a couple of players. In fact, a new player coming in for Denison as Lily Bayless will come in, a freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri. Quakers need to know where she is. Anytime a change is made, know where you're going to be and who's on the field. As the Big Red, can they keep it in play? Nice job with the stick right there by A.C. Veith. Veith looking to the top. Olivia Night Train Lane got a stick on that one inside the circle. Chance now, and no, it'll go against the Big Red as the Quakers take over again on offense with 8:35 remaining in the quarter. Earlham hasn't done as much coming to the near side and trying to advance. They went again to the far side. This will be Salvatore looking to advance it. Only problem is every time they get it past the 50, no one there to receive it as it goes out of bounds, and the Quakers will turn it over once again. Big Red try to advance it themselves. That's Rachel Kelsey, a sophomore to Louisville, Kentucky, who is now checked in. Quakers will have Salvatore on the right wing, advance that ball back inside. It was kicked away by Adams, and it'll go back over as it goes out of play. So the Quakers able to advance it in scoring chance right there and unable to get anything on the board once again, and we're at 7:41. Big Red trying to advance it up the sideline, and the penalty going against Happel. Quakers get it back. Here's McKellar. Off the right stick that time of Schalk, and the Quakers, that possession didn't last very long as they give it back again to the Big Red, and Quakers fail to get anything again on offense. Check a couple of numbers here early in this one. The Quakers now with 5 shots, Denison with 1. The Quakers and both the Big Red have had 1 shot on goal. Quakers again, 4 penalty corners, 2 penalty corners for Denison here in the first half. Quakers back on offense. They'll look to press once again. That's a quick whistle going against Godfrey. And we may have ourselves a penalty corner, and we will. So now the Quakers with their 5th penalty corner now of the first half. Quakers have worked both of the hash marks. They're going to come back to the left. 6:39 remaining. Gwen Schalk will put it in play. Salvatore is at the top. Let's see if they'll go to her again. They will. Salvatore, and that'll be struck that time by Hanley and quickly kicked out by Adams. And the Big Red will get it back. They're quickly on the move. And they have an advantage here. Ball back to the middle. And nice defense right there by Stites. Karina Stites able to get the steal. As the Big Red had numbers, but then the Quakers turn it over on the sideline as we go back and forth between the 40 and the 50. Neither team able to gain control. That'll go against Denison. So Stites will try to advance it. Ball high in the air, and that'll go against the Quakers. 5:53 to go here in the second. Bayless able to knock it down, keep it on her stick, and look for a teammate on the near side. This is Meg Bayless. You have Lily Bayless and Meg Bayless, both out of St. Louis, Missouri. Quakers able to get it back off the turnover. They'll advance that ball past midfield, but waiting there again is Gackenheimer as that one goes out of play. Pass was intended for AC Veith, and you get a good look there at Hannah Grushon, who'll lift that one high in the air. Intended right there for Schalk. Good defense again by the Big Red, able to get a takeaway. And then they'll turn it over as it goes out of play. Veith, the last to touch it, as we're at 5 minutes now remaining here in the first half. Here's Grushon looking now to Salvatore. Salvatore trying to chase it down. Cannot do so. It will go past the end line and out of play and back over to the Big Red. The Quakers hanging right in there. Again, the Big Red coming in with 10 wins on the season. The Quakers with 9, and so far both these teams very evenly matched. Here's the Big Red once again inside the circle, and the Quakers able to get a stick on that one. The takeaway, they got it away from Godfrey, which is the good news. Godfrey was looking to make this a 2-0 contest, as that'll go against Grushon. AC Veith now will put it in play right here on the near side. Veith between two defenders. That whistle blown against, I believe, Grushon. It was either Grushon or Alyssa Johnson there for the Quakers, and they'll back him up, and AC Veith will put it back into play. Nice takeaway. Quakers anticipating on defense. Good job there by the Quakers. Give credit there to Reagan Seaman. 3:40 to go here in the second. Grushon. Good advancement up to about midfield. Tried to get that to Salvatore, and it was taken away by Fireman. Now the Big Red back the other way. Here's Meg Bayless. And that'll go against the Big Red, back over to the Quakers. See the Big Red. 3 players right around the ball right there. Nice pass from Grushon to midfield. Here come the Quakers on the attack. Quakers. Good look there at Denise Bergdolt, and the Quakers commit the violation. Back again to the Big Red. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half of play. Off the stick there of Lily Bayless. Quakers get the takeaway. Neal trying to advance that one up the near side. She had a teammate right behind her. I think the Quakers wanted to at least think about dumping that behind and try to get it to the opposite side, make the Big Red advance to the far side defensively as we go back and forth right here. Neither team gaining good possession of the ball, as now it'll be Bergdahl fires that one hard, and it went about 20 yards, and that one coming back. Bergdahl will commit the violation as we see both teams hitting the ball very hard, and that'll go out of bounds on the far side. Quakers trying to get that ball into scoring position here quickly as we're down to the final 2 minutes. Here come the Big Red again. Big Red would love to get one more right here, kind of set the tone for the second half if they can get up 2-0. Quakers another takeaway. Good job right at the top of the circle. That takeaway by Olivia Night Train Lane. They can't get it past midfield, back inside the circle. Quakers, very good job on the defense once again as Karina Stites is there. But then Earlham trying to work that ball to the far side, eventually called against the Big Red. Earlham unable to keep it in play as Reagan Seaman there. We're down to minute 19. The Quakers would have to get a takeaway and have numbers right here to get it down there that quickly. So this may be the final opportunity right now for the Big Red in the first half. Violation against the Quakers once again. Big Red try to get it to the top. They will. They get it inside the circle. Penalty corner. This is the one thing you didn't want to have happen at 53.6 seconds remaining. Is give the Big Red a penalty corner right here. So let's see what the Big Red have in store. I would imagine if you have Godfrey, that's number 4. Now she's at the top. Godfrey's one of those you want to try to get the ball on her stick if you can. So we'll see how the Big Red will work it off the hash mark on the near side. They were looking for Godfrey. Ball's inside, and Meg Murphy jumps on top of that one as it bounces away. But another penalty corner. This will be number 4 now, 45.4 seconds remaining. So now the Big Red, which way will they go? Back here to the near side. Putting it in play will be ACV. She has Meg Bayless right in front of her. Quakers need a good push at the top. That one is swung on and missed, and that's a big-time strike there by Tumiwa. Quakers get it back, 33 seconds. They have a chance right here. They survive another penalty corner. Here's Salvatore looking toward the middle, but nobody is there. Well, and then all of a sudden, coming out of nowhere was Denise Bergdolt. She whiffs on the shot. Ball all the way back to midfield as we're down to the final 16 seconds. Kate Neal able to knock it out of play. Meg Bayless now with 7 seconds. Denison will have to hurry right here. We're down to 3 seconds. They will not get a shot off, and we are going to head to the locker room. Both teams going back and forth here in the first half of play, and on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Denison leads Earlham 1-0. We'll come back with your halftime numbers in just a few moments. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Earlham Field Hockey brought to you this afternoon by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Monday the sweet onion chicken teriyaki, Wednesday the turkey breast, and Friday the tuna. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, the numbers right now would tell you perhaps the Quakers would be winning this contest. They have outshot Denison 6-1 in the first half. Quakers a 2-1 advantage in shots on goal. By the way, so far no saves on the board for Meg Murphy, but again, you've only had just the one shot so far. It was the goal that was scored. We'll talk about that goal in a moment. Penalty corners in favor of the Quakers at 5-4. Here today as well. The lone goal came from Abby Scully here today. Scully getting that goal very early in this one as Scully picks up her 6th goal of the season, and that is all we have had so far here today. Denise Bergdolt otherwise on the other side, 3 shots, a shot on goal leading the Quakers. Mackenzie Hanley 2-1 in the shots on goal here today. Meg Murphy again giving up the 1 goal and the 2 saves by Taya Adams here this afternoon. So very evenly played. We're expecting much of the same coming up in the second half of play. Do not go away. We'll get you an update on the women's soccer matchup that's going on today. The Earlham women playing Anderson. Important contest in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. We'll tell you about that coming up in a moment. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999. Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Narangowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that'll help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports: variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z. Both teams ready to go here in the third quarter. By the way, the Earlham women's soccer team trailing Anderson in the second half of that contest, 1-0. If we get a final before we're done, we'll certainly pass that along to you. And don't forget all the sports news and much more on GoEarlham.com. And right now, the Quakers down 1-0 as we get ready for our next 15 minutes of play. Quakers will attack right to left. Should say left to right here. Denison right to left here in the third quarter. See if the Quakers can get that offense rolling now. Quakers with those 5 penalty corners, and yet the closest thing they had to scoring really was the one ball that ended up hitting off Taya Adams' padding and went on top of the goal. Charlotte Godfrey in control as Denison will have the opening possession of the third. We'd mentioned the Big Red relying so much on their keeper Adams, but you know they've got some decent players in that offensive attack. When you talk about what we have seen already with Godfrey, to me was another one that had a ball right in front of Meg Murphy and ended up whiffing on that shot attempt. Quakers back the other way at midfield as Salvatore trying to advance that ball, and they will call that against Salvatore. A.C. Veith now for the Big Red. Quakers able to get another takeaway, but as we go back and forth, they gave it up right away. The Quakers back with it again, and that should go against Godfrey, and it is. So now the Quakers right in the middle of the field. Let's see how they'll try to advance this one. Boy, we've seen that a lot today where the balls hit extremely hard and will go between 2 or 3 players and go eventually out of bounds, and you give up a possession. But the Quakers haven't played it as conservative as we have seen them in the past, but they're trying to advance that ball quickly. Now back the other way, Denison, opportunity to score here. Ball placed in front of Murphy. Murphy down on the turf as both teams battle for the loose ball, and they will say it's against the Quakers. Back over again to the Big Red. Are they going to bring it out front? It will be Quaker ball. Mad scramble. Murphy just outside her goalie area, went down on the turf, try to play that one. You'll see Murphy do that a lot. She will play the ball outside the crease area. 12:44 to go, back inside the circle, and that'll go against Denison. So now the Quakers back on offense yet one more time. Stites will put it in play. Quakers have actually at times done pretty good here today, just advancing that ball. Not so much, I think, up one sideline, but when they get that Denison defense to shift over, Denison working it to the middle of the field, trying to get it to Godfrey. Godfrey, the double team. Quakers get a takeaway. Denise Bergdolt kind of chopped that one into the turf. And Big Red will come away with it. On the dribble, back to the middle of the field. Tamiwa's there for the Big Red. She goes down. Big Red will keep it. Here's Godfrey. Godfrey tried to get it by Schalk. Schalk with a takeaway. Back to midfield. Here's Salvatore. Salvatore with 4 white jerseys in her vicinity. That ball called against the Big Red, but then they come away with the steal, and here come the Big Red again. Madeline Hunt looks to advance that ball. Tamiwa's there, and the Quakers another takeaway. 11:19 to go. Now here in the third. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Quakers on offense. That's Kate Neal. Now she'll be chased out of there by Hanley, and now Hanley will put it in play, try to slide that ball by Madeline Hunt. Goes out of bounds. Hunt, the last to touch it. See, there's another of those balls that was struck really well, but again, it can go in. Doesn't matter. It has to go inside the circle first. Otherwise, that's pretty impressive. You hit it from 50 yards away and get it to go in the goal. So back over to the Big Red. Boy, today I wouldn't say that either team has played really, really well. But again, as I said, they're very evenly matched both ways as Godfrey will shift things to the right, and that's where the Big Red will go on the attack. They'll try to push that ball up the right side. Quakers chasing on defense as the ball goes deep in the corner once again. We have a delayed call here, and that'll go against the Quakers. Meg Bayless will now put it in play. Quakers look to the double team. In fact, they brought down Hannah Grushon, trying to make sure that ball didn't come back to the outside. It ended up going out of play, so good job by the Quaker defense there. 9:52 to go as we play here in the third. Again, we'll be back here coming up on Saturday. It's Ohio Wesleyan for a noon start time. Ohio Wesleyan will either come in at 4-2 or 5-1 and try to tie Kenyon with their matchup tonight. But it'll be another big game for the Quakers as Earlham tries to get into the North Coast Athletic Conference playoffs, and seeding will be important as well. Night train lane there for the Quakers. Squirts loose. Grushon is there, but it goes out of bounds. And they will give it back to Grushon and the Quakers. Grushon tried to squirt between two defenders. The ball, I think, went off the left hand of A.C. Veith. So the Quakers will keep it. Salvatore trying to advance it. Veith is there, and they'll call that one against Salvatore. Veith try to go up the right sideline for Meg Bayless. Last touch to by the Quakers, and the Big Red will have it now at 8:40 to go here in the third quarter. Sonny Fireman, the freshman out of Columbus, Ohio, trying to get that ball up the right side. Quakers do a good job on their defense again, so the Quakers back on offense. A little give and go there intended for Denise Bergdold. Hannah Grushon was there. Both teams really forcing the action defensively. Neither team able to get much going on offense again here today for the Quakers. Quakers coming off a shutout in their last game, a tough one on the road at Kenyon, 1-0. Kenyon, the top team right now record-wise in the conference, but the Quakers played them well, especially after they had struggled a little bit on the road at Worcester, winning that one in overtime. But we said earlier, this is a very tough stretch now for the Quakers, and they're playing well here today. Just got to get something going. Under now the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter, so the Quakers will have it back on offense. Ball advanced by the pass to midfield. That's where Godfrey is. Godfrey looking to her left, but the pass off the mark, and they'll bring it back outside, saying the Quakers guilty of the penalty there. So here we go once again. Denison. Rachel Kelsey there now for the Big Red. Quakers come up with a takeaway. Ball near side. They'll whistle that one dead. They'll say Denise Bergdold commits the penalty. Caroline Little in the lineup now, the senior out of Acton, Massachusetts. Wearing number 20 now for the Big Red. Good job of the Quakers right there, able to get the takeaway. Night Train Lane there for Earlham. Sends this one all the way down, and it will go out of play. And Sophia Salvatore was the last one there, trying to run that one down for the Quakers, as Denise Bergdold hustling here on the near side, working against Caroline Little. Bergdold tried to look to her right to Salvatore. Quakers now working a little faster, though we're still in the third quarter. Imagine at some point you kind of feel a little more pressure wanting to get this thing tied up. Now it's McKellar whiffing on the pass, able to keep it in her possession. The backhand, reaching out for it was Tumiwa trying to reach up and grab that one, which I think last time I checked was a no-no. Ball taken away by Meg Bayless. Sometimes I guess the instincts are just to reach out and grab it. 5:08 remaining. Ball gets loose deep in the corner and unable to run it down for the Big Red was Lauren Lazo, who is now checked in. So we see now the Big Red getting some fresh bodies in the lineup, trying to wear the Quakers down here in the second half. We'd mentioned that for the Quakers, their depth is not as good as Denison's. So we saw, again, Caroline Little coming in. We just mentioned a little bit ago Lazo checking into the lineup. So they've used several different players now here in the second half. Ball inside the circle, and eventually it'll be a penalty corner. Quakers will have penalty corner number 6. We can go back to an earlier game right here at Darrell Bean Stadium in which the Quakers had, I'm pretty sure it was 19 penalty corners. Did not score on any of those, but they've also had games where they've looked very good off the penalty corner, especially Denise Bergdold. She's very good off the PC, so it'll be McKellar. Push that one out front. Here is Bergdold, fires, and this one will be wide to the right. Boy, I tell you what, coming in on the near side, though, for the Quakers was Reagan Seaman looking for the deflection. But that was hit as well as you can. Denise Bergdold might be the hardest hitter in the entire conference. 3:59 remaining. Here's McKellar again for the Quakers. Keller able to get the takeaway again from Tomiwas. Tomiwa had the possession very briefly. Here's Salvatore. Salvatore, the step inside against Gakenheimer, and a penalty corner again for the Quakers. This will be number 7. Quakers lead that category now 7-4. It will be McKellar who will put it in play on the hash mark to the far left. Now, Bergdold is out front. She just said something to Salvatore, so let's see if those two have something working right here. It'll be Salvatore at the top. Back to Bergdold. Bergdold fires, and that one ricochets off of number 10. That was Reagan Seaman again. Quakers able to get it back inside the circle. And what do we got here? Back over. Boy, I tell you, that's a tough one for the Quakers right there. Reagan Seaman was coming from the right again, and that was struck well by Denise Bergdold. So now the Big Red back on offense. Coming up, in fact, we're at the 3-minute mark remaining in the third. Big Red ball. Charlotte Happel there for the Big Red, trying to advance it. Had no one there to. Madeline Hunt was maybe the closest that would have been able to get to that ball. Ball battled for at midfield, and that'll go against the Quakers as Rachel Kelsey looking to go the other way, out of the reach again of Madeline Hunt, and a turnover by the Big Red. 2:20 to go now here in the third quarter. That one hits off the left arm of Hunt. Big Red will take over. The Quakers, if they do not tie it up here in the third, as you see the ball get inside the circle, and Tomiwa unable to keep it in play. I was about ready to say, if the Quakers do not score now in this third, you start thinking about what will be the big strategy now in the fourth. What will they do to try to get themselves in as many opportunities to score as they can? 7 penalty corners is pretty good against a Denison team. But they've got to find a way to get some more shots on goal now. Really put the pressure on Adams, the keeper. There's been if you look at it, a couple of close calls, but Earlham unable to squeeze one in yet. .114 remaining now here in this third quarter. You get into that fourth, and if you're trailing, seems like that clock just goes so fast. When you're winning, it seems like it takes forever to get the 15 minutes by, so it's all down to perspective. But the Quakers will have to come up with another strategy to get something going in the final 15 minutes of play. Quakers may have their final chance right here in the third, as that ball lifted high in the air by Grushon. Clock has stopped at 33.9 seconds to go. And back over again to the Big Red. Godfrey lifting that one high in the air, brought back down. Big Red now with 24 seconds, trying to get it into scoring position. Good look at Meg Bayless. Bayless all the way to the end line, and it goes out of play, but it will be off a Quaker player, and the throwback out front ends up hitting Reagan Seaman on the shoulder. 6 seconds remaining. Big Red, top of the circle, taken away by McKellar, and that's going to do it for the third. We will head to the fourth quarter. Quakers unable to get on the board in the third on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Denison 1, Earlham nothing. The fourth quarter coming up in a moment right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
Back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium. The Quakers now down to their final 15 minutes, trailing this one 1-0. Quakers will now go right to left as they'll put the keeper Adams with the sun in her face. This could be good news. You're talking about a good strike by Denise Bergdolt and get maybe Adams unable to see where the ball could be with that sun coming from the west toward the east. It might be an advantage for the Quakers here in this final period of play. So big red ball as we head from right to left, and that ball into Earlham territory. Quickly running that one down is Kate Neal deep in the corner. It goes out of play, and the Quakers will have possession for the first time now here in the fourth. Boy, look at the pressure there by both Lily and Meg Bayless. They were both coming up trying to force the action. Quakers want to press as quickly as they can. They want to get something down in scoring position as fast as they can, but the ball gets inside the circle. There's Murphy able to kick it away with the left pad as Tumiwa was there for the big red. There's something right now the Quakers can ill afford to do is give up a goal here in the fourth quarter. Big red. Ball tipped inside the strike circle, and the official says, hold on just a second. That'll go against the Quakers. That'll be Meg Bayless now for the big red. Denison will love to get one more. Give them a little bit of insurance and some breathing room here in the fourth quarter. Nice takeaway by Sophia Salvatore as the Quakers on the fast break heading the other way. Salvatore double-teamed on the sideline, goes between the two defenders, but nice defense. A.C. Veith again coming from behind to get the takeaway. And now the big red back in possession. Quakers will have to press a little bit more as you saw Hannah Grushon come up and play that ball a little bit more aggressive here in the fourth quarter. Quakers will need takeaways and then get yourself in position. That will go against the big red. 2 minutes gone now here in the fourth. When we find out what happens later, if Ohio Wesleyan ends up losing their contest to Kenyon, either Denison or Earlham will be in position to move into second place. That ball knocked away again by Adams. Quakers able to get it in the circle, but unable to get it in the net. Scully on the far side there for the Big Red as they'll try to work it to the middle of the field. Quakers are there as well. Night Train Lane coming away with a takeaway. And now the Quakers back on offense. Here's Grushon. Bergdolt will find Salvatore. Salvatore to her left. Whistle blown dead as that ball went inside the circle briefly. And now it'll be Salvatore putting it back in play for the Quakers. Salvatore with the spin. 3 white jerseys there, and the official will call that one against the Quakers. And while that is happening on the backside, the ball sailed all the way past midfield, and the Quakers get a takeaway once again. That'll be Stites, but Stites looking for a teammate. That was Grushon at midfield. It went out of bounds, but they'll say that the Big Red the last to touch it. 11:32 to go now here in the fourth. Here's Bergdolt drawing the double team. Bergdolt keeps the play going. She didn't even wait for the explanation. Gackenheimer was there. Ball is loose in the circle, and a takeaway by Scully. Scully looking ahead, had her eyes up, and just out of the reach, though, of Tamiwa here on the near side. Quakers back the other way. Here's McKellar. McKellar looking now for her teammate, which is Gwynn Schalk on the near side. That went against Schalk on a obstruction call, and now we'll head the other way. Back to midfield, intended there for Godfrey, and they will call that against Kate Neal. 10:42 to go here in the fourth. Boy, the difference in this one could be, again, depending on what happens tonight between Kenyon and Ohio Wesleyan, the difference between second place and fourth place, possibly depending on what happens with DePaul as well at Wittenberg, could be in fifth place. So a lot on this game here tonight, and a lot depends on the other two matchups, including the Kenyon-Ohio Wesleyan game. 5 minutes gone now here in the fourth. Near side takeaway by Kelsey. Quakers waiting there as well as we go back and forth on the near sideline. Kelsey able to get that pass away to her teammate Scully. Scully looking ahead. Tamiwa is there on the end line. Tamiwa looking inside to Scully. Scully right in front of Murphy, and good job defensively by the Quakers as Stites is there to able to get the takeaway. So good job again by Karina Stites. 9:25 to go now in the fourth. Quakers unable to clear it out of their own zone as Happel is there for the Big Red, but the Quakers come right back. And out of bounds on the near side. Quakers trying to find their scoring leader, which is Denise Bergdolt. Good look at Godfrey. And now the shift is on to the far side, but unable to keep it on her stick is AC Veith. That'll be a turnover by the Big Red. 8:50 to go here in the fourth. Quakers back on offense once again. Try to advance that ball, that time to Schalk. Quakers unable to keep the possession. With the takeaway is Sonny Fireman, and Fireman tried to go up the right sideline, but the Quakers waiting there. Good job again by Earlham's backside defense. Give credit to Mackenzie Handley to get the takeaway as now the ball goes out of play. Last touched by the Big Red. Nice strike by Grushon. Tried to get it all the way down the field that time to Bergdolt. Went out of play. Quakers will keep it. Boy, Sophia Salvatore tried to lift that ball over the defender. Couldn't get it by her. Takeaway by the Big Red. Fast break the other way. Big Red in scoring position outside the circle. Murphy gets the save there off the shot by Tamiwa. Murphy played that post to the left extremely well. Not a really good angle that time by Tamiwa. Probably looking more for something coming off the padding of Meg Murphy and have somebody right in front of the goal to get it, but Murphy played it well as the ball sails all the way to the other end. 7:30 to go now here in the fourth quarter. Grushon, good defense, trying to force the action back to the inside. There's Neal. Neal can't keep her stick on it as Meg Bayless able to take it away, but coming back Neal once again. Neal tried to advance it high in the air as the backside official calls that one against the Quakers. Here's Lily Bayless. Tamiwa again, flips that one toward the middle, but a nice takeaway again. Quakers, good job on defense. This time it'll be Alyssa Johnson, the freshman out of Lancaster, New York, able to get the takeaway. The Quakers tried to go to the far side, unable to advance it. Back inside the strike circle, the backhand, and knocked away by Murphy. Ball back inside the circle again, and going down on the turf was Tamiwa. And it'll come back out front again for the Big Red. Boy, Tamiwa's been all over the field here in the last couple of minutes. Good look at Scully. Scully lifting that one inside the circle again. It ricochets back to the outside. That is Sophia Salvatore now. Salvatore on the dribble at 6:14. Salvatore can't keep it. Stolen away by Scully. Scully back to Godfrey. Godfrey in the middle. Godfrey fires, and you hear the two sticks go together. Godfrey and Olivia Night Train Lane. It'll go back to the Quakers. And Earlham now knowing there's a sense of urgency right here. They've got to work it quickly. Hannah Grushon. Grushon on the far side. Tipped out of play by ACV. Quakers will keep it, send it up the far sideline. And right there receiving that one is Gackenheimer again. Ball comes loose, and that'll go against the Quakers. Ball at midfield. Neal can't hold on to it, goes out of play. Back over again to the Big Red at 5 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Now if you are the Big Red, it's about ball control. Keep the ball in Earlham's zone as much as you possibly can. Let that clock run. Meg Bayless again. Inside the circle, Quakers are there. That'll be Mackenzie Hanley again. Quakers try to advance it again, and they've got to move quickly now. 4:44 to go. Here's Grushon. Grushon taken away. Big-time steal again by Sonny Fireman. Fireman ball is loose. There for the Quakers will be Johnson. Grushon is there but can't hold on to it. Another takeaway by Fireman. And right now, Fireman will take this one all the way deep in the corner. Now, the idea here is, again, you're able to keep ball control and keep it away from the Quakers. Now it'll be Bergdolt. Quakers need to get something very quick. Even that ball right there would have been good if somebody was there to get it, but it was out of the reach of Reagan Seaman. But now Sophia Salvatore. Salvatore now chance inside the circle all the way to the end line. Looks to the inside. There is Seaman as well. Ball comes loose. Nice takeaway by Abby Scully. Boy, Quakers had a chance. Got it inside the striking circle. Just could not get a shot off. 3:34 to go now in the fourth. Ball advanced now. Here is, well, I thought it was going to be, for the moment, Denise Bergdolt. But the Quakers can't hold on to it again. The takeaway by Charlotte Godfrey. Godfrey to the middle. Tamiwa. As Tamiwa to the right wing. Backhand pass. It was intended. Who was that? Number 6, which was Meg Bayless, who was trailing the play, but Bayless unable to get to it. Quakers with a takeaway. Grushon looking now to Denise Bergdolt, and Denise hustling to the sideline. Great job to keep it in play. Here is Salvatore. Salvatore gets by the defender. Salvatore has two other defenders coming up behind her. The backhand shot gets it back. Players going down, penalty corner. Salvatore went down, It'll be a penalty corner for the Quakers at 2:39. This is now the 8th penalty corner for the Quakers here today. Molly McKellar will have it on the hash mark to the left. The Jenner will look for Salvatore and Bergdolt. Lane to Salvatore. Back to Lane. Stolen away. Big steal by Scully. They were using Bergdolt, I think, that time as more of a decoy, and I'm going to give Olivia Lane a chance to get a shot at it, and it was well played by Abby Scully. Clock down to 2:14. Ball in under the stick of Bergdolt, but the Quakers come away with it. Here is Seaman. Bergdolt back to the left side, and what we have here, ball knocked down again by Abby Scully. Scully, good job on defense yet one more time for the Big Red, but they can't clear it, as now Grushon looking for Bergdolt, and it goes out of play. Big turnover right there for the Quakers. 1:39 remaining now here in this fourth quarter. Quakers get it back again, but unable to advance it. Neal and Grushon are there. Goes out of play. Grushon will now find Denise Bergdolt. Denise, backhand pass, and that'll go against the Quakers. Quakers down to 1:13 now. Right now, if you are Denison, try to get that ball as quickly to midfield and beyond as you can. There will be not enough time for the Quakers to get it back on offense. Denison up the right side. Good look there at Meg Bayless. Bayless went to midfield. Quakers get a takeaway. 50 seconds remaining. And then Grushon with the turnover. Another takeaway by Godfrey, and Godfrey, one of the quicker players on the field today. Here's Madeline Hunt. Hunt taking it all the way to the end line, then taken away from behind by Karina Stites. 30 seconds remaining. Here's Grushon. Grushon can't advance it. Another steal by the Big Red defense. And now the Quakers will find Kate Neal. 19 seconds to go. And Earlham, this will be their last chance right here. 10 seconds remaining on the clock, and it looks like the Quakers are not going to get it done here today, as the Big Red will come in here to Darrell Bean Stadium and get a huge win over the Quakers. Your final score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard: Denison 1, Earlham nothing. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This has been Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Are you tired of your current IT company prices going up every month? Do you get only 4 or 5 hours included in your contract before you're charged overages or per hour fees? Midwest IT Support has set pricing that allows you to budget for your business with no contracts or overages. It's all included. You get a full IT staff without hiring a full-time person. Call us for a free quote. We make IT easy. Call 765-239-9668 or email us at helpdesk@midwestitsupport.com.
Well, big win today if you're a Denison fan for the Quakers. A disappointing loss. The Quakers now 3-2, and as of right now, they're tied with DePauw for 4th place. The DePauw Tigers will play at Wittenberg. Yeah, that's a toss-up there. Both teams pretty even in that one. So, again, we'll keep an eye on the Kenyon Ohio Wesleyan game, the DePauw-Wittenberg game, to see where the Quakers are. But now the Quakers 3-2 in the North Coast Athletic Conference, 9-7 overall. And for Denison, they're now 4-1 and currently tied with Ohio Wesleyan for second place in the conference, and Denison now 11-3 on the season. Quakers back in action against one of the top teams in the conference, Ohio Wesleyan, coming up on Saturday. That is a noon start time, pregame at around 11:45. Final score once again from Darrell Bean Stadium. It's Denison beating Earlham 1-0. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.